Well, well, well. The loss to the Arizona Cardinals kind of rained on the parade of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones anticipated the Cowboys were going to be able to beat the Arizona Cardinals, and then Jerry Jones was really going to come back and hit us with something really great because of what transpired today. Cowboys wound up getting Logan Wilson. I do think the Cowboys, had they won, I think the Cowboys might have even got Micah Fitzpatrick. But I do believe one of the biggest trades of the day was absolutely Quinnen Williams. Jerry Jones made a championship move. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Let's go! Y'all do know the season is not over yet, don't you? The season isn't over. I said it last night. The Cowboys now got to come out and get a win. They got to get a win and start putting some wins together, and let's see what happens at the end. Let's go! Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. As you're coming to this live stream, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live, and we are live. And if you haven't become a channel member subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming up this season. The Dallas Cowboys made a championship move. I told y'all this front office has been moving different the entire season. They have been moving different the entire season. And they proved it once again at the trade deadline. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all think Quinnen Williams is a great pick. Just wait until I tell you about Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson steps into the building. He's the best linebacker on the team. Logan Wilson, I watched the thing that Voch Lombardi did on it. And even Voch Lombardi said he can start for 32 other teams. Logan Wilson can start for 32 other teams, y'all. Logan Wilson ain't some bargain trash player the Cowboys just trying to save some money on. No, this dude can play too. And let me say this before we keep going. I think the Cowboys wanted to do Micah Fitzpatrick too. I think the Cowboys wanted to do Micah Fitzpatrick. But I think they looked at a couple of things. I think the Cowboys looked at the money and the fact that they still have two safeties that they're paying money to. But I'm telling us, I think they want to do Micah too. Couldn't quite pull it off. But Quinnen Williams, championship move. We're going to talk more about that as we get going. All right. So, this is our show for the day. The Brian Schottenheimer interview. The day after the Arizona Cardinal debacle. Then we're going to play from DallasCowboys.com the player reactions when they found out about Quinnen Williams. Then I'm going to talk to you for a few moments about what I'm calling the collateral damage of the trades the Cowboys made. Then we're going to look at some film on Logan Wilson from Matty Dubs. And then we're also going to look at some film on Quinnen Wilson from Matty Dubs. So that's going to be the show today. Not going to make it too long. Got a couple things to take care of. But I still wanted to touch base with the greatest chat on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me this long. We're on our way. We're on our way to 20,000. Let's keep rocking this thing and let's keep pushing it. So, this is our show again. The Shotty interview, player reactions, collateral damage, Logan Wilson, Quinnen. Did I say Quinnen Wilson? Quinnen Williams. Y'all forgive me. Quinnen Williams. I'm going to have to correct this on all my slides, but we'll get it going. All right. So, appreciate y'all. Let's get this quick roll call in. Yep. Cowboy fans, we still got a lot to look forward to. I'm just encouraging y'all. The season is not over. A lot of things can happen before the end of this season. Cowboys got to find a way to win. That's what we got to do next. Let's get this quick roll call in. Lock and D, what up? Lock and D, I feel good about these moves. Even though we didn't go after Fitzpatrick, they did. Yeah, I think they did. I think they went after him. But after they got Quinnen, I don't think they could do it all, especially with the money. Dominic Pittman, what's going on? Dominic Pittman, we're going to talk about this in collateral damage. Jerry didn't finally make a move. Jerry, I'm going to tell you what I'm giving Jerry credit for in collateral damage section. I'm going to tell you what I'm giving him credit for. Big Rombowski, the old Maverick was willing and dealing after all. Yes, sir. Justin Durham, good to see you. Terry Tatum, what's going on? Alicia Henry, good to see you this afternoon. The Queen, La Queen, what's going on, Queen? Bass up in this thing. We done did something. Bass, we done did something. Devin Mills, what's good in the hood? It's the Dallas Cowboys today. Big Mouse Dog, what up with your Big Mouse Dog? Dope Liddy, what's going on? Switch to a 3-4. We'll see. But that don't fit Matt Eberflus. I see what we're doing. We them boys. What up with your nephew? Derek Grimm's up in this thing. Yeah. This is going to be one of the best defensive tackle rooms in the National Football League. It absolutely is. It is. William Harris, let's celebrate. Angela Rebel Chicks is back in the building. What's going on, Angie? Good to see you. Kevin Mail up in this thing. What's going on with you? Good to see you. Devin Mills again. What is going on? More Eddie. What's going on? Davion Wallace back in this thing. Christopher Palmer. Ken Please. Raymond Martin. All right, let's get this thing started today, y'all. CJ 1080. Let's go. I'll get the rest of y'all as we go. Newhouse fam up in this thing. Regulating. Please regulate today. What's going on? Ty Howard. Steaming Willie Beeman. Oh, I see it's Willie Beeman. The reality vet. What's going on with you? I mean, the real estate vet. What is going on with you? Dak Owens Filthy. What's up? Good to see you. What's going on, Corliss Piper? Appreciate y'all. Give yourself a hand. Lisa Worley. Jalen Tolbert will make it through the end of the season. We're going to talk about Jalen Tolbert and collateral damage. He made it to the end of the season. What's going on, Bobby? Star Guardian X, appreciate that super chat. Tim Pinelli, what's going on? Shadid Mahdi, what's going on? Good to see you. Slayery, Roy Clay, what up with you? Good to see y'all in here today, man. Cowboys Nation, let's go. All right. So let's get into this thing with Brian Schottenheimer. Yeah, Dominique, that is exactly what they may do with Micah Fitzpatrick. But I do think the Cowboys, man, I think they struggled a little bit with knowing that this would mean that they would have to admit that they're wrong on their safeties. Sometimes things are hard to admit, but the Cowboys, they definitely need to replace these safeties. Now, let me say a couple of things before we get into the Brian Schottenheimer interview and just kind of giving you more clarity on some things I was talking about last night. The Dallas Cowboys defense. They couldn't get the Arizona Cardinals off the field on third down. Yeah, we can acknowledge that. But I also acknowledge that if you would have told me the Cowboys were going to stop the Arizona Cardinals 4 or 5 times, score 27 points, get 5 sacks. If you would have told me that, I'd have told you the Cowboys I would have told you the Cowboys are winning the game because 27 points isn't enough to beat the Cowboys at home. Brian Schottenheimer, I don't know if it's a combination of things. And I think it is a combination of things. Brian Schottenheimer, I think, has spent too much time in the defensive room. It's time to get out of there. Number 2, Brian Schottenheimer has gotten out-coached not once, but twice now. Now, it's one thing when Vance Johnson out-coaches you. It's another thing when a 32-year-old defensive coordinator out-coaches you. Brian Schottenheimer has gotten out-coached 2 weeks in a row. Brian Schottenheimer obviously thinks that his offense is so good that he can line up in front of anybody and do what he wants to do. We're not there yet. I think we can get there. We're not there yet. And I told y'all, and some of Brian's philosophies, let me tell you something about this world. It's got a way of humbling you. Now, Brian Schottenheimer sit on that podium last week, and I wish I could be one of the interviewers today because y'all know I love me some Brian Schottenheimer. I'm riding till the wheels fall off and we skating on the pavement on the frame. But we watched Brian Schottenheimer call out Jaden Blue. Talking about you can't put the ball on the ground, got to be consistent. This is 2 times now that Javonte Williams has put the ball on the ground in very pivotal moments. George Pickens fumbled the ball. Jake Ferguson fumbled the ball. And I've told y'all, some of Brian Schottenheimer's philosophies, as much as he's wanting Matt Eberflus to change, he needs to look in the mirror and make some changes too. I don't care if you like big backs or not. You can continue to run Javonte Williams. I have no problem with it. But I told y'all before that game started, what did I tell you? That is a one-dimensional run game we have. Once you take away that run game from Brian Schottenheimer, he'll run away from it, especially when he gets behind on the scoreboard. He runs away from it, and then you got the Cowboys exactly where you want them. He's not going to do deep crosses. He's not going to do go routes. He's not going to scheme George Pickens open. He's not going to scheme CeeDee Lamb open. He's not going to, I mean, there's so many things that he's just not doing. He's not using enough motion. I mean, where are the creative plays? Brian Schottenheimer has told us he's going to be multiple. But he keeps going against what he's saying because multiple is a power run game that when you say, we're going to take away your power run game, well, I'll just hit you on the edges. I'm tired of the Kevontae Turpin. I'm tired of the Kevontae Turpin experiment. I'm tired of it. Time for the Cowboys to get away from the Kevontae Turpin experiment. Kevontae Turpin has not been what, I don't know what they envisioned with Kevontae Turpin. Kevontae Turpin is 5'7", 7-ish, 8-ish, 9-ish, 157 pounds. He's a liability out there on the field. Not saying you don't need him out there on the field. Ryan Flanoy should be the Cowboys' 3rd wide receiver. Ryan Flanoy is the Cowboys' 3rd wide receiver. And did y'all notice when Ryan Flanoy got in and Dak Prescott made some connections to Ryan Flanoy, they got turned up. That's when they got turned up. And then what the Cowboys do? What did the Cowboys do? They reverted right back to Kevontae Turpin. You can't tell me You don't need Jaden Blue when you got Kevontae Turpin trying to run jet sweeps. I'm not falling for it. If I'm a team going against Cowboys, man, I'm sorry. I'm not falling for this. Anybody notice the way Kevontae Turpin is running kickoff returns? Anybody notice? He's doing, and I told y'all this about Jaden Blue. Y'all gotta, I just want you to understand who Jaden Blue is. I understand who he is because I saw him at Texas. I understand who he is. He's not a between the tackles running back. And when we're watching Jaden Blue run, Jaden Blue is looking for the home run. He's not timid. He's looking for, give me a crease, because he's a 4.28 guy. You know how I know this is true? Kevontae Turpin is doing the same thing on kickoffs. Kevontae Turpin is looking for the home run on the kickoffs now. And that's why you'll notice he's tiptoeing, because he's waiting on the moment he gets to turn the speed on. Brian's got to learn to be he got to learn to be more versatile too. As much as he's asking Matt Eberflus to be more versatile, and we saw it last night, man, Matt Eberflus ain't got the players, man. Matt ain't got the players yet. And that's just bottom line. He ain't got the players yet. And again, even last night, we're going to talk about this in the collateral damage section too. But don't get used to what you saw last night with what you saw with Deron Bland. Cowboys are not moving to no man-to-man. They may do some man-to-man. They're not moving man-to-man. They're not moving to that. They're moving toward. These picks today have told me everything I need to know. They're moving toward Matt Eberflus' system. That's where they're going. Edge makes a great point. Force feeding CD and ignoring Pickens when he gets the team flowing. Angie, we can't get this out of Dak Prescott's head and out of Brian Schottenheimer's play calling. We can't get it out of them. They've both been here with CeeDee Lamb for what, 4 or 5 years? CeeDee Lamb also isn't 100%. The bye week is going to do CeeDee Lamb wonders. Absolute wonders. CeeDee Lamb, I'm telling you, man, that's why I keep telling people, man, don't let CeeDee Lamb fool you. Don't y'all let CeeDee Lamb fool you. CeeDee Lamb is slim, trim, look like a model. You can tell he cares all about his looks. Don't let CeeDee Lamb fool y'all. That dude's tough. CeeDee Lamb is tough. Now, he's a finesse wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. But that dude is tough. That dude run after the catch. I'm telling you, CeeDee Lamb is probably, man, I'm telling you, he's one of the best in the business. CeeDee Lamb is sneaky, fast, sneaky, slippery, sneaky, elusive. You think you got him and you don't. But CeeDee Lamb is still getting off of that high ankle sprain. Now, after this bye week, I think we're going to see CeeDee Lamb really get back to full power. But again, Dak Prescott's got to stop force feeding him. And Brian Schottenheimer's got to stop him from force feeding him too. Because Brian, now y'all remember, Brian said he calls players sometimes and not plays. And I think he's calling players. He's calling players. Got to stop it. Hurting the team. And we're going to have to make a decision in the offseason about these tackles. We're going to have to stop pretending. We're going to have to stop pretending with these doggone left and right tackles, man. And even with Nate Thomas, I watched Calais Campbell last night pick this dude up and moved him out of the way and got Dak Prescott. Nah, Cowboys going to have to, they're going to have to get them they're going to get them a true left tackle and really consider moving Tyler Guyton to the right tackle spot. I'm serious, man. They got whooped on the offensive line last night. I mean, they got whooped. Dak Prescott was running for his life. Same thing that happened in the Denver Broncos game. Dak Prescott got to hearing them ghosts. He got to hearing them steps because, man, they were taking some shots at Dak Prescott. I mean, flat out shots. They were taking shots at him. So the Cowboys, they got work to do on the offense too. Because, guys, we've been knowing the defense is terrible. Matt Eberflus, I'm just giving him credit where credit is due. The dude is trying to make every change he can. And again, he revealed to us last night, I don't have the players. He just revealed to us again last night, don't have the players. But don't worry, again, what we saw last night, we're not going to see that on the regular. Cowboys, Matt Eberflus is not going to be doing a whole bunch of man-to-man. There is no way he's leaving man-to-man. You're not doing man-to-man on a receiver like Harris, especially if you're Matt Eberflus. That is not Matt Eberflus's MO. That is not the way he operates. But, again, what really hurt the Cowboys is they're not scoring enough points. Y'all do realize the offense has averaged 13 points. The starters have averaged 13 points over the last 2 games. One of the touchdowns was from a Sam Williams blocked punt. We've only scored 10 points. We scored 10 points 10 points last night, and I'm not sure how many we scored last week, but I think we're averaging about 13 points. Brian, man, I'm telling you, you got to get out of that. You got to get out of that defensive room, man. You got to get out of that defensive room. It is time to get back in that offensive room, man, and stop thinking that we can line up against anybody and beat them, because we're not there yet, especially with this offensive line. We're not there yet. I'm serious. I think the Cowboys really need to consider in the offseason getting them a true left tackle. I just don't know if this team can endure another year of coming back and trying to give Tyler Guyton, this opportunity once again, and Terrence Steele, rolling with Terrence Steele. Man, no. Move this dude over to the right tackle and go out and get you a left tackle, even if you have to trade for one. But we got whooped. Man. Chris Gomes, he said, GIB the first, congratulations on 20K. Yes, sir, 19.9, amazing job you do on your content. Appreciate you. To God be the glory. Rebel Chicks. It's like they forgot that, if I'm not mistaken, Carlson came back last night. Shoot. They forgot he was even, they forgot he was even back. They forgot he was even back, because they went all at this dude Bland. They went at him. And boy, that one move he put on, I couldn't help but laugh. Boy, that one move he put on Bland in the end zone and Bland fell down. I couldn't help but laugh. And the look on CeeDee Lamb's face, I said, what? I said, golly. Pause table. Niecy in this thing. What's going on, Niecy? But now let's get to the good part of this. These 2 players the Cowboys got, they are Matt Eberflus system guys. They are going to help this defense. Y'all better be careful. Matt Eberflus gonna come out of that bye week. Matt Eberflus gonna come out of that bye week. Shoo. Matt Eberflus gonna come out of that bye week and everybody gonna be shocked. Demarion Overshown, Logan Wilson, they just improved the linebacker room 300%. Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, defensive tackles. The way Jadeveon Clowney is playing, and now you're going to have those two at tackle. The way Donovan Ezra-Rocco, Jadeveon Clowney looking together. Now they got to get that back end fixed. Niecy said, no, G, say old. You know what Calais picking up. Angie. Old Calais, not Angie, Niecy. Old Calais Campbell, he picked him up and moved him. I said, this is a shame. Thomas ain't it either. Cowboys got to stop fooling themselves. Thomas ain't it either, y'all. Thomas ain't it either, y'all. They not. He not either. They have got to get them some tackles. They do. Christopher Palmer, he said, I disagree, big brother G. It's the garbage system of laying back too much instead of being aggressive. Now, he was aggressive last. Okay, which one? You talking about Shoddy or you talking about Shoddy? Okay, you talking about Shoddy. You said because Shoddy would not run. Okay. Yeah, but think about this. He's been aggressive at home, but he wasn't even aggressive at home last night. And again, I'm not saying he can't keep his power run game, but when they take it away, Christopher, you got to say, well, we can hit you on the outside and then come back inside. But if you take it away from him on the inside, he just runs away from it, and then it's too late when he came back to it. It's too late. All right. Let's get into this thing. Listen to Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer made it, he started to sound the same pretty much every week. That's why I'm always interested to hear what he has to say now, because I'm like, okay, Brian gonna say the same thing this week. And so let's see what Brian Schottenheimer, let me pull it up real quick. I'm gonna read these super chats and then we're gonna pull up Brian Schottenheimer. But man, Brian was, man, let me tell y'all, I know y'all noticed it last night though. Brian was tore up last night. He was embarrassed. Brian Schottenheimer was embarrassed. And I know he knows that Jerry Jones was very perturbed. That's the reason why he's the play call. But Jerry gonna have to understand, man, you got to keep this dude out of that defensive room. Enough's enough, man. Enough's enough. We don't need him back in the defensive room. You went and got players now. It's time to let Matt Eberflus sink or swim on this thing. Now, you done got him a couple players. Let's see what he looks like coming out the bye week. And let Brian get back in that doggone offensive room. All right, let's read these super chats. Appreciate y'all rocking with me today. True Texan is back up in here. He said, why not move Pickens today for picks? Why not move Pickens today for picks or players? Oh, no, they keeping Pickens. No, Pickens is a part of the plan. No, they keeping him. Yeah, they keeping him. He's the new Alvin Harper. They keeping him. Joshua, he said, for what we gave up, should have gotten Sauce too. Whoa, man, no. We want to go back to get Sauce. Appreciate that super chat. Boy, the Colts gave up 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner and a player. Ain't no way. Star Garden said Jerry had a press conference trying to recruit help to help find players' ankles because they're still missing. Yeah, they tore him up, man. They tore him up. And I'm telling you, that move when he fell down in the end zone, I couldn't help but laugh. That's all I could do. All right, let's check out Shotty.
It's 2 terrific players, but also terrific young men, and I've talked to being aggressive, and it was it was a night game.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Looks like you made a trade for Quinnen Williams.
We did. Yeah, it's exciting. Just kudos to Jerry and Steven and Will, and I think being aggressive but smart, because a couple of the moves we made, you're getting guys not just for this year but beyond, which I think is great, and it gets you excited as a coach. And I think it's 2 terrific players, but also terrific young men, and I've talked to Logan. Still need to reach out to Quinnen, but excited to see both those guys here and get them welcome to the family.
Can't help but be excited. Let me tell you something that Jerry Jones has done this year that people just got to really follow what they did. And this is why I'm giving Jerry credit for what he's done. Jerry went in and bought in Matt Eberflus. Mistake. At least it seems to be a mistake right now, but y'all just need to buckle in. The Cowboys are staying with Matt Eberflus, at least for the foreseeable future. And I think they're really going to want to see what does he do with these two new guys and how does he work them into the unit. Because I did hear Stephen Jones when I listened to him the other day. I don't know if anybody caught it, but it was almost like Stephen Jones wanted to make sure that there was an escape hatch as it applied to Matt Eberflus, saying that he hopes he makes it, to the end of the season. And then he says, I know that he will, or he'll continue to evolve, or whatever the case may be. But I think there is a portion in there, too, of, man, when you bring in Quinnen Williams, because these dudes are hitting the field. Logan Wilson, Quinnen Williams are hitting the field. They are going to want to see some results. But I'm saying all that to say, when you think about all the players the Cowboys brought in on defense, bringing in Solomon Thomas, bringing in Kyer Elam, bringing in Jack Sanborn, bringing in Murray Jr. I mean, just you think about the players the Cowboys brought in. The thing that I give Jerry credit for, which he hadn't done in the past, he was able to acknowledge the mistakes. He acknowledged the mistakes, and he went back and corrected them. Logan Wilson is a correction of Murray and Sanborn. Now, we're going to have a conversation about Oso Digizua after this doggone season. Osa been struggling. Osa has been struggling. I mean, we think about the money the Cowboys paid Osa. Shoot, Osa ain't playing like that, like he got that money. Not that money. Cowboys going to have a conversation about Osa too. Yeah, they really are. They're going to have a conversation about Oso Digizua. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that combination. I'm looking forward to Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams and Solomon Thomas. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because, Osa got to step it up. I'm not saying Osa's bad, but Osa ain't been... Osa, man, for what the Cowboys paid Osa, man, ain't nobody been talking about Osa. But Jerry has acknowledged that he's made mistakes. He went and got players. I think they wanted to get more, but they couldn't pull it off. I think they wanted to get Minkah Fitzpatrick because the report was they had an offer on the table for Minkah. I think Minkah was supposed to be a part of that plan. I really do. I think Minkah was supposed to be a part of that plan. I wish the Cowboys would have got Minkah because I do think they need safety help. Donovan Wilson, Wanye Thomas, the combination of Malik Hooker, Marquise Bell. I think they're going to really need to battle it out in the offseason, but I wouldn't have gotten Minkah Fitzpatrick because he just solves so many problems for him. I know he's a little bit older, but he solves a lot of problems. Real Estate said, crazy part, I meant to share the hour's worth of conversation with Bland's agent this Halloween out here in Vegas. I was wearing Dallas attire. And he approached me, exchanged numbers, real cool dude. Yes, sir. Shoot. Mills, let me tell you something. You and the whole fan base, boy, we were deflated last night, man. Boy, we were deflated last night. Poopy D, what's going on? Man, we were deflated last night. What's going on, football fanatic? Mock Wheels, yeah, we were deflated. But again, I just tell y'all, man, season isn't over yet. Season isn't over. John Henry, what's going on? But let me tell you something about this league. It's weird. A team that's on top today could be at the bottom tomorrow. This league is weird. You start saying what a team can't do, and they'll wind up doing it. I still got confidence in this team. They just gotta get a win now. Because see, they got the streak going in the wrong way. The streak is going backwards. You want a win streak, not a losing streak. They're on a streak. They've lost 2 games in a row. So this is what they are right now. They are no longer consistently inconsistent. They're just consistent. I don't know how else to say it. No, they're just consistent. They're bad. They're not up and down no more. They've been down for 2 weeks. They got to win a game and break that streak and get a win streak. They got to beat the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think they're going to get up for I'm praying. I think they're going to get up for the Eagles. And I do think these new players they have, I think that's going to give them a different confidence. Quinnen Williams, yeah, they're going to have a different confidence level. Come on now, Joshua. What do you think? Shador is a Cowboy. Dak is man. Nah, it can't happen. Nah, it can't happen. Dak Prescott is still one of the top quarterbacks in the league. The team sold him down the river last night. Drops. Couldn't protect him. Fumbles. They sold Dak Prescott down the river. You take away them turnovers and the Cowboys win that game. Cowboys win that game. I believe they win that game without all those doggone turnovers. Sold them down the river, all those doggone drops. And we're not talking about backups. We're talking about guys that's getting paid big money. Yeah, Angie, I'm with you. Shotty better stay out that defensive meeting room. Yes, get your own house in order first. Get out of that doggone room. Blue Star, why did they make the move before they catch the ball? The Cardinals clown Williams is crazy to me. How in the world you let a rookie beat you in your home? Yeah, Shotty got out coached. Yeah, you right, True Texas. Last night was a kick in the nads. He got out coached. But again, Jerry went out there and got him some players. Now, I know they all hunky-dory, but they better understand something. Bro, you do know Jerry is expecting results. Jerry's expecting results. Jerry's expecting these boys to go out there and do something. Shoot, this ain't no, hey, go out here and gloat, we got players. Now what you gonna do? Including Shotty.
Quinnen bring to you defensively?
Yeah, I mean, we've played him a couple times, just played him a couple weeks ago. He's just a difference maker. Ability to affect the interior part of the pocket from a pass rush standpoint. I think 12 sacks a couple years ago under the tutelage. I'm not saying it was White Cotton that did it because Quinnen did it, but, around A-Dub and very disruptive. I mean, for us, there's certain calls you make. You're aware when he's in the game because he's just so disruptive. So we had alerting calls when he was out of the game. We had to set protections based on him, and you guys see it. You see the talent, but I love the play style too. Just the way the guy plays, the way the guy runs the football, and then from what I've heard from A-Dub, just the type of young man he is. I think he'll fit in great in this locker room, and very exciting.
Clarence to DLLS Cowboys from Order Operations. Was the Logan one that was done yesterday, and that Jerry alluded to being done yesterday, that you said you knew about last night, and how did the Quinnen Williams trade come down today? Yeah, again, there's a lot of conversation. Yes, to the first question, but a lot of conversation today, and again, I knew that these things were going on. I wasn't sure how it was going to play out, but again, I think it speaks to
ownership, Jerry, Steven, their commitment to building this thing the right way and getting the right type of guys, but also impact players. And, ton of communication with them today, also with Will. And just, exciting day for us. But, again, we've also got a lot of guys coming back from injuries as well. So it's not just something that, it falls on these two guys. It's, again, getting some guys back from injury. Demo should be back this week, and the safeties are starting to look healthier, and Revel. And so it's the right time for us, right time for a bye. And like I said, very pleased with what we did today.
Is it kind of bittersweet, the excitement of today and what you got coming, that you're coming off 2 straight losses, that it would be different. Things would look different if these guys were coming and then you didn't have these 2 huge setbacks.
No, again, I mean, the losses are the losses, and we watched the video with the guys today, but there's a lot to be learned. And looking at the game from last night again, I think a couple things jump out at me. Just our lack of success in situational football was real. I think we were 5 of 15 on 3rd downs offensively. I think there was 9 or 10 of them, I think, that were 7 yards or more. And in the red zone, we had too many mental errors on offense, and they were 7 of 9 in the first half. But anytime they're separate, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Like, you do the video, you coach the players about the things that we did well, the things we didn't do well, the process stays the same. And then, this news is just exciting because it's gives you something to look forward to, continue to build your roster and your football team.
Yeah, you're building for the future, but as far as this year's concerned, you're running out of room, so to speak, and those losses, kind of set you back in the process because there's no room for error.
No question. Yeah, we've put ourselves in. We don't have room for error. And again, we're in a situation now where every game's critical, and we got to win games. And it starts by figuring some stuff out this week from a self-scout standpoint. That's where the focus is right now. The players are going to kind of reset, recharge. But we've got a week to figure out a lot of things, and also now how to use and acclimate these guys to the team.
See, that's the key right there. You got to figure out how to use them. Yeah. Big Rombowski, did Maffa sneak out the star? They stashed him. They still got Phil Maffa stashed. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him. I mean, if we see him, it's going to be late down the road. But they got him stashed. Yeah, they got him stashed down there. Yeah, I'm telling you, boy, that move they put on him in that end zone was crazy. Yep, Christopher Palmer, the run was working on us. Yep. Run 3 down straight sometimes. It won't happen now. At least I don't think it will. That's why the league was scared to death of Noah Turner's play calling. What's awful, my dude Blinn got toasted. Yeah, he was getting tore up out there. But, some of that is too. I also think that is some of Matt Eberflus saying, y'all want it, I'm going to give it to you. I think some of that was Matt Eberflus saying, y'all want it, I'm going to give it to you. That's not Matt Eberflus. I'm just telling y'all, that's not Matt Eberflus's MO. Matt Eberflus is not going to run a lot of man. Eberflus is running that man for right now because the saying was these players can play man better. Okay. I don't think they're capable of doing it. Not saying you shouldn't do it, because if it's going to enable you to do some blitzing and be aggressive, well, you got to do it. You just got to understand high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward. So it is what it is. But this is the key. They got to figure out how to use those players. So now the Cowboys, you just got to think about how the Cowboys are thinking about their secondary. The Cowboys are thinking maybe they can get back Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, and they'll put them in better position. Deron Bland, maybe they'll move him back to the slot. You'll move Savone Revel Jr. to one of the outside spots. Maybe you move. Man, let me tell y'all something. Ready for the Cowboys have been playing pretty good too. Maybe they put Kyrie Elam back on the outside and try to run this back again. Oh, I'm sorry. Josh Butler's going to be back. So You'll get Josh Butler, Savon Revel Jr. You'll have Deron Bland in the slot. Still have it ready in case you need him too. So I think the Cowboys believe even their back end is going to improve getting healthy, and we'll see how that goes. But one of the things I think that can help the Cowboys secondary as well as the Cowboys defensive line, Nate Newton said it. If the Cowboys would start pressing on the line from time to time, get a jam, stop letting wide receivers run free, get a jam within that 5-yard threshold, get a jam off the line, give that defensive line that extra step. Because if you give them that extra step, that's one less step that the quarterback has to hit that wide open receiver, because you've knocked the wide receiver off the mark, plus you've now getting that quarterback to move off the mark. You've created a chain reaction, and it'll make everything play better. I think they need to add some press to their repertoire of what they're doing defensively.
Brian Todd Archer with ESPN. How do you acclimate those guys and get them up to speed quick enough?
Yeah, I mean, again, they'll both be coming through here for physicals, and we'll get them the things that they need, the iPads and stuff like that. But they're both veteran players. They both have played a lot of football.
White Cotton's already worked with Quinnen Williams.
History in the attack front, type of family that we want to be, and but we'll get them up to speed, and both guys I think should be fast learners and pick it up pretty quick, and you should expect to see them, make a fast transition. And
then, how do you make it work with the 3 defensive tackles now?
Yeah, well, again, I think you guys saw last night some of the things we were able to do from, the 5-down stuff that we played. I thought that was very good for us. The first down efficiency was one of our best of the year, and you can never have enough depth at the interior part of the defensive line. But, we'll roll those guys through. We'll stay fresh. But, again, I do think that you'll see us continue to use the 5-down front. We liked some of the things. I thought Osa played his best game of the year. Most disruptive game last night. I thought that was great to see. And
okay,
the other guy that I think really jumped out last night, Todd, was Jadeveon. I mean, someone asked me about it last night. I don't remember.
Jadeveon Clowney was balling.
Watching the film, I mean, as disruptive a game as I've seen from any of our guys this year.
And then one more because you went out and got a linebacker and a defensive lineman. Does that speak to misevaluations along the way of what you thought you had at those positions?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just that we're always looking. We're competing every day to build the best roster that we can, and create competition. And I think
he's asking a great question. Is Quinnen Williams a sign that the Cowboys made a mistake? I don't know if Quinnen Williams is as much a sign as the Cowboys made a mistake as, y'all tell me, maybe I'm missing something. But when I think about the trade deadline today, outside of Sauce Gardner, this had to be the biggest trade of the whole trade deadline. I mean, is there any bigger trade than Quinnen Williams? I mean, the only thing that could have been bigger than me is there was talks that the Bears were finalizing a deal trying to get Max Crosby. Max Crosby would have been the deal of the day. But for me, because I don't even think Sauce Gardner is the deal of the day other than what they gave up for him. But when I think about what a player brings to a team, you get an opportunity to get a Quinnen Williams. Shoot, you don't pass that up. You got an opportunity to get Quinnen Williams. You don't pass that up. You don't pass that up. You get Quinnen Williams. If you got the opportunity to lock him down for 2 to 3 years, you get Quinnen Williams. You get Quinnen Williams. He is a top 3 defensive tackle in the game. And now you got him with Kenny Clark. And he said they ran some 5-man fronts. You got him, Kenny Clark, also Diggy Zua, Solomon Thomas. Man, if you can get them guys firing on all cylinders, man, you got the best defensive tackle room. You got the best defensive tackle room in the game. Best defensive tackle room in the game. And I'm telling y'all now, Brian Schottenheimer is coming. I mean, the Raiders, they coming for Brian Schottenheimer. You think his old coach want to be beat by him? Nah, he coming for him. He coming for him. Brian gonna have to get in that room. I'm telling y'all, man. Jamalism, what up? What's going on? Appreciate that super chat. He said, what up, G? It would be nice if they would stop moving offensive linemen out of their natural position. Switching to tackles was the way to go. Man, let me tell you something. They need to move Guyton back to that right. And I think the Cowboys, I don't want to, man, you know what? I can appreciate Nate Thomas. I can appreciate Thomas. Bro, go out and get your left tackle, man. Stop it. Left tackle is too pivotal to your team. Danny Dallas Cowboys, let's go. What's going on? He said we also need Calais Campbell. Man, the way he moved Nate Thomas last night, I said, I wish we would have got him. I wish we would have got him.
It's there's different reasons you make these moves, and certainly we need to play better, on defense, on offense, and so we're trying to do that.
John Machota with The Athletic, how did you find out about the Quinnen Williams trade? Were you just in your office? Did you get a call? And then what was your reaction?
Yeah, well, I knew that it was obviously excitement, very, very excited. Again, just like I said, having game plan and have to play the guy a couple weeks ago and, knowing how disruptive he is. But no, I was in a meeting and.
Eddie says, Shotty not sucking on that hard candy no more. Hey, Edgy, that's what getting mollywopped to do to you. That's what getting mollywopped to do to you. Tatiana, they couldn't move. They couldn't move Max Crosby. Yes, sir, Mose Logan. You said Logan was coming. Tatiana, they couldn't move Crosby because I guarantee you, the Raiders wanted a hefty price bag. They had a hefty price tag on him. Yeah, Michael H., what's going on? Good to see you this evening. He said Jerry needs to just keep that roster churning, just like Jimmy Parcells, so nobody gets too comfortable working new guys out every day. Yeah, I like that. Quasi Blake. Yeah, Clowney was awesome last night, man. Clowney was awesome. Hey, Big Rumbowski. And I'm going to tell you something that's even funnier, Big Rumbowski. Especially the game. Big Rumbowski. Pete Carroll ain't no way he giving up Max Crosby the game before we play him. Man, Max Crosby would came back in that game against the Raiders. Would have had about 6 sacks up in that thing, man. They said, nah, they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. They said they ain't doing it. So, yeah, but they better win this thing, man. The Cowboys, Jerry's going to expect some returns on this.
Got called out by Will, and it was great news and very exciting.
And then with Wilson, how does he fit with DeMarvin and Overshown? Like, how do their games, can they work together? How do you envision that?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I thought K9 played his best game of the year. Yesterday we talked about K9 seeing.
Stop it, Brian. Now, Brian, stop it now. Brian, stop it now. I know you trying to make Murray feel better. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this in the collateral damage. Come on, Brian. I know you want Murray Jr. to feel better, but ain't no way to make a person feel better. Bro, the reason why they went out and got somebody is because Murray has not been good enough. Bottom line in the story. Man, let me tell you something, J-Dog. Boy, the Packers better do us this favor this week, man. Doggone Packers owe us one, getting beat by the Carolina Panthers. Come on, Packers. Need y'all to beat the Eagles. Because the Cowboys' best road to the playoffs is winning the division. And I'm telling y'all, winning the division is not as far-fetched as we think it is. Because that's the road. I mean, to me, that's the best road. That tie game the Cowboys have. We're going to find out what it's going to do for us. Because that tie game, I got a strange feeling that tie game is going to wind up helping us. That tie game, let me tell y'all something, that tie game the Cowboys got with the Green Bay Packers. That tie game is dangerous for every team in the NFC that's in range of the Cowboys. No team can have the same amount of wins as the Cowboys. because if they do, the Cowboys win with the literal tiebreaker because of the tie. They'll have the same amount of wins, but they won't have the same amount of losses. That tie is going to be pivotal for the Cowboys. It is not out of the realm of possibility that the Cowboys can still get in the playoffs, and especially if they can find a way to tie with the Philadelphia Eagles. Not that they can do it.
And seeing less and reading his keys better, and I thought he did that yesterday. And Demo's more of a will linebacker, and K9's been playing Mike for us, and Logan's a Mike, and again,
bench.
We
you already know it.
Kind of compete and see how it goes.
Bench. Bench.
Again, that's the good news is that you're building depth and you're building. We've gotten Shamar a lot of reps, and Maris didn't play as much yesterday, and that's more because of the 5-down stuff. But again, creating competitions.
Now, Angie, I was a little bit surprised with the Javonte Williams thing. I don't understand the purpose of bringing up Malik Davis. If you're not going to give Malik Davis, I think he might have got one snap, and I don't even know where that was. I saw it on the box score, and I was like, Malik Davis got in the game? I do think the Cowboys, I don't think they just I think they have the running back duo, Angie. It's kind of what Rombowski brought up earlier. I think Phil Maffa is supposed to be, or at some point he's going to be that second running back, and they're going to have this power run game. But Jaden Blue, don't figure, and this is where I'm perturbed by Brian. Don't figure Jaden Blue into the power run game portion. Don't try to make him into the running back, quote unquote, duo that don't make him into that. Let him be sweeps, screens, slots in the passing game. You don't have to even work him fully into the run game. Your only job with Jaden Blue is to work him into space. That's all you want to do. How do we get him where it's one-on-one, he makes one guy miss, and it's a foot race? How do we get him in that situation? That's all we want with Jaden Blue. That's all we want. That's all we want. How do you get Jaden Blue on them edges? How do you get him in that space? How do you utilize that speed? We don't need to have him as the running back duo. I thought that's what they brought Malik Davis up for, but like I said, he only got one carry. But again, Brian went away from the run last night. 1, they forced him to. 2, they got behind.
Good thing.
Nick Harris, Forward Star Telegram. Jerry was talking on the radio this morning about how there's a natural urgency for him to win because of his age right now. How have you seen that manifest throughout the course of this year that you've been head coach with the big moves y'all made, and then obviously today as well?
Well, he's always been, someone that was willing to make moves and make a trade and do things like that. I do think that he laughs about it, in terms of his age. And we actually just had a meeting where we were talking about the game and reviewing the game, and he brought it up, so I know it's something. But again, there's urgency for all of us, and it's because of the position that we're in. We've put ourselves in this spot where we're 3-5-1, and we don't have a lot of room for error, and we know that. And again, I think that sets a very clear marker of we know what we have to do. We're not going to look too far ahead. We're going to look at, like I said, this week and getting back to the self-scout and all that stuff and answer a bunch of questions from scheme-wise and coaching things and personnel moves. And, then all focus will be on to Vegas.
And you guys got Solomon Thomas in free agency. Y'all brought in Perrion Winfrey, now Quinnen Williams. What kind of input has Aaron Whitecott been able to provide as far as guys that he's coached in the past, and how did he provide input in this instance?
Well, he's a great seller. He's he definitely, if you ask him about a player that he's coached, you better get comfortable because he's going to spend a lot of time selling. But he's very passionate about it, and again, he's 3 for 3. So he's just got a great feel for it. He understands the attack front, and I think he understands people as well. And all the guys he's brought here and been a part of bringing here, I think fit in exactly how we want them to, from the locker room culture to the way they play and the way they practice.
There was a lot of talk about you guys potentially wanting an edge coming up to the deadline. Did anything about their performance yesterday change that mindset, or is it was just kind of the way the chips fell today?
No, kind of the way the chips fell. Again, I think we. I've talked in here extensively about, I thought the pass rush yesterday was really, really good. I think I've already talked about Jadeveon, but, as a Raku, again, I think he's a rising star in this league. I really do. I think he's figuring out what it takes to rush the quarterback at this level. And, Dante Fowler and, Sam and Neal and those guys, I mean, we're deep there. And so that's why the 5 down fronts make sense for us. And, again, it was a good start yesterday in terms of how we affected the quarterback.
Tommy Arch, TalkCowboys.com. With the 5-man fronts, if you go more that direction now with Quinn, what can that do to take some heat off of the secondary?
Yeah, well, it should hopefully allow less time for the quarterback to stand back there and see what's going on. What it does is it creates Tommy one-on-ones. There's no way to slide. If you're in 4 down front, we can send the center one way or the other. So if we want to take care of Clarence, we slide the center that way. More than likely, we'd slide to Todd because he's a better athlete. When you have 5 guys out there, you can't send the center anywhere. So your help has to come from somewhere, and usually you use a back. And so when you use a back, then that limits how much you can free release the back. And so it creates a ton of problems, quite honestly.
And then you talked a lot about eye discipline with linebackers being something that you've watched with your guys. What stands out about Logan Wilson's eye awareness and how he uses his eyes?
Yeah, it's actually the number one thing when you watch his film that you notice is how quick he dissects plays and how quick he sees tells, and he reads his triangle. It's one of the best things he does, and he's got the athleticism to get there, so it jumps off the film. Without knowing him. I'm sure there's a ton of film study. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff that he does from a preparation standpoint. But I would say the number one thing that jumps off the film along with his athleticism is his ability to read keys and dissect, run schemes.
Skyler Dixon with the AP. I think this is a little bit related to the 5-man front, but when you add a guy like Quinnen to a pair of starters that have been productive, is there any element of only so many snaps to go around, or is the D-line just such a rotational kind of thing that it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, Scott, it's more of a rotational thing. These guys are all on a pitch count in terms of you don't want to overdo them because you want them to be, fresh when they need to go. So I don't think you can ever have enough good ones. And we certainly have the depth to be able to give these guys blows when they need blows, and the way they run to the ball is important to us. So I think it's bonus all the way around.
We've talked a lot about the window with Dak and winning. How much of this do you think is trying to take advantage of the window with Dak when he's playing at the level that he's been playing?
Yeah, I think there's just urgency all the way around. We want to win. We want to build a world championship team. Where we sit right now, we're nowhere close to being where we want to be. But again, like I said, we've got time this week to reassess some things, and that's our job as coaches, is to clean some things up and tighten some things up, and to get ready for the last 8 games. But again, Dak's a great player. I don't know how much longer Dak wants to play into his 40s. Most of these guys are playing into their 40s now. So the urgency is here because.
Angie. Angie, what you said? What you said in the chat, Angie? You said stop calling Murray K9. Well, they putting K9 in the kennel. K9 is going to the kennel. I'm actually laughing when he said K9 had his best game last night. I said, that tell you everything you need to know. Tell you everything you need to know. Sam said, why Murray G? What about the other linebackers around him? Now he our best linebacker. Man, Wilson is the best linebacker we got right now. Best linebacker we got. And I don't know. I think it's kind of both ways. It's saying that we bad at linebacker, and he's not bad either. Because I'm telling you, Voch Lombardi did a very good film session on him, and he's like, hey man, he legit. And I'm gonna show you some stuff. I'm gonna show you some film too. Yeah, he legit. Yeah, he legit. And again, Tatiana, you said you feel bad for Blue. And again, I would just love to know if I would have been there tonight. I mean, I would have asked Brian. I mean, you said you can't put the ball on the ground, and we've seen 2 games where Javonte Williams has put the ball on the ground. So what are you saying? I mean, I know it's less putting it on the ground per carry basis, but man, he's put the ball on the ground in 2 crucial situations. 2 crucial situations.
We're here to win and compete to win.
Garrett.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Brian, obviously different positions, but when you had Micah Parsons, he moved around the line of scrimmage a lot. How much do you see of Quinnen Williams being able to line up in different spots, and how beneficial is that for a D-line to have a dynamic player who can kind of bounce around all those different
Well, again, I mean, he's mostly been inside. He's really been the 3 technique, the 2 technique. They've played him on the left. They've played him on the right. We weren't really sure where he was going to go. Last time we played him, how they were setting it. Some of it was matchup. I'll be sure to ask him, when I talk to him. But, yeah, he'll be more inside. But can he play outside as the edge? Yeah, he can. But he's most disruptive inside just because of the speed and the power and the pad level that he has. And when you can push the pocket back into the quarterback or push the center guards back into the runners, it creates a lot of chaos.
How much do you think, we talk a lot about the pass rush impact, but how much do you think he can affect the run game for you guys?
Yeah, again, I know, White Cotton, said he's just an incredible all-around player, but he said that, again, one of the best run stoppers he's ever been around, and it's because of the relentless play style that he has, the way he's wired, and I think that's something he's shown coming out of college and through his first couple years in the league.
Joe.
Joe White, Dallas Morning News. What do you remember about scouting him this year, and what kind of stood out on the tape when you scouted him?
The edges that he could create, on guards, and he plays with width. His stance is very narrow because he knows he wants to be able to get that first and second step in the ground. We were very aware of when he was out of the game. I think I said to you guys the big touchdown to Pickens on Sauce Gardner. He was out of the game. We knew he was out of the game, so we were comfortable with a protection that maybe when he was in there we weren't going to be as excited about running. But I mean, just the guy is. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got, play style that fits what we want to do, and just a great addition. Really, really excited.
It's been said that defensive tackles sometimes are hard to develop. The last 2 trades for defensive tackles have been guys who did develop and ready to go. I guess how much of a premium do you guys put on getting guys who are ready to go right now, and obviously say goodbye to one of your former first-round pick defensive tackles?
Yeah, again, I think, anytime you get a chance to add a guy like Quinn into your team, you're crazy if you don't do it. In terms of Mozzie, I had a really good talk with Mozzie. He was obviously disappointed that, it didn't work out for him here, and I wish him nothing but the best. I told him that what I truly believe, sometimes change is good, and he gets a chance to go and start over in New York, and that's not a bad thing. And he won't be the first person that leaves one.
Breaking news. Breaking news by Juice Maine. We were just talking about Malik Hooker. Dallas Cowboys cut 3rd-year running back to make room for defensive stars. Just came down 35 minutes ago. Says after making big changes for the defense prior to the trade deadline, the Dallas Cowboys are turning their attention to the offensive depth chart. The Cowboys announced they have waived running back Malik Davis following Week 9's 27-17 loss to the Arizona Cardinals. Dallas called Davis up to the practice squad prior to the game and activated him for the contest. He finished with just 1 carry for 3 yards as the backup to Javonte Williams. He played 5 snaps on offense and 14 on special teams against the Cardinals. In 18 career games with Dallas, Davis has tallied. It's likely that Davis will be re-signed to the Dallas practice squad. The move to part ways is to make roster room after the Cowboys traded for Cincinnati Bengals linebacker Logan Wilson and New York Jets defensive lineman Quinnen Williams prior to the NFL trade deadline on Tuesday. How could the Cowboys running back room be impacted? Dallas is already without Miles Sanders. Angie mentioned that. Miles was supposed to be the running back duo guy. I still don't understand that. It says, but of course we know he's gone for the season. He says, and have not shown consistent confidence in rookie Jaden Blue, who was a healthy scratch against Arizona. But with Davis out the door, the Cowboys could have no choice but to lean on Blue again. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do, because I'm just telling us, I believe Jaden Blue is a part of the Joneses' plan. They want that speed on the field, because at the end of the day, for as much as we talk about the speed the Cowboys have with Cavante Turpin, they haven't been able to utilize it yet. They have not been able to utilize it yet, and we're not. And we're barely using what speed that George Pickens has. I'm telling you, they want this dude to be a part of this Jaden Blue kid, to be a part of this offense. We'll see what happens. Yeah, William Santiago. Now, that you said, so we making the playoffs. Let's keep a question mark by that. All I'm saying is the Cowboys are not out of the playoffs. They're not out of the playoffs. They just got to get a win. They just need to get a win. Get a win. See if you can get the win against the Eagles, which I think they very well can. 3 games in 10 days. Let me tell you something. Boy, we're getting a break from the Cowboys, but then we're going to get all the Cowboys we can handle in a 10-day span. They got to be ready. They have got to be ready. For sure. They got to be ready. Let's hear the rest of the last part of Brian. Appreciate that breaking news, Juice Maine.
Team and goes and has great success. I want that for him. I hope he has a great career, but it was tough to say goodbye to Mozzie.
Brian.
I don't know about anybody else. I am so happy for Mozzie Smith. I'm so happy for I'm so happy for Mozzie Smith. Cowboys, I think the front office may have had a plan for him. I don't think Dan Quinn ever had a plan for him. I thought he looked better under Zimmer. I think Zimmer would have moved him. Would have used him. But then when he got under Matt Eberflus, he didn't fit what Matt Eberflus wants to do. And so, Cowboys have finally admitted the Mozzie Smith experiment failed too. It failed. And I'm so glad he gets to go somewhere else. I am so glad Mozzie Smith gets to go somewhere else and gets to have a new atmosphere, new coaches, and somebody who may actually look at what skill set he has and use him. I'm so glad for Mozzie Smith. I'm glad he got out of Dallas. It just wasn't going to work here for him.
For Matt Eberflus, post-training camp, he had to deal with losing Micah and a lot of injuries, signed Clowney, the 2 trades here. With all the personnel change, you've been in the coordinator spot. What kind of challenge did that create for a coordinator to, have all that happen just after training camp?
Yeah, it's a lot. And again, it's not the easiest thing to do. And certainly, we've had our issues with the safety position and things like that. And, just the uncertainty of at times of Wanye and how's he going to feel and things like that. But, you lean on your staff, but there's certainly things that you have to, okay, I want to do this, but I'm not sure I'm going to have that guy available. So you kind of put it off to the side. You maybe rep it in a walkthrough side, but you don't, do a full speed rep. And then if the week looks like promising that player is going to play, you're like, okay, I want to pull that back out. So it's a little bit of a juggling act. But I will say when Flus got word of the trade for Quinnen, he was all smiles.
In your conversations with him, with all the personnel changes, do the players need to pick up his scheme, or does his scheme fit the players that are available on any given week?
Yeah, I think it's us, trying to find those answers, Saad. It's like the 5 down stuff. There's nothing, there's no genius behind playing 5 down when you've got talented defensive linemen and creating singles and stuff like that. And I think it's a little bit of both, quite honestly. I think it's, him making sure that we're challenging the opponent who we're playing, and I think that's part of it. I think it's there's things that we need to do from tightening up our coverage, our eyes, things like that. But it's a little bit of both, and. Again, that's why this week is so important for us. I keep referencing it, but this week is very important for us as a staff because there's a lot of questions that we have to answer, and there'll be a lot of deep dives into every phase: first, second down, third down, short yardage, goal line, red zone, 2 minute, 4 minute, backed up. Those are all areas that we have to look into and say, okay, what does the scheme look like? Does it fit us
Use
right?
blue like the
What
Eagles
areas
use
are we
Brian
not
Westbrook and
executing
Darren
well
Sproles.
at? What areas are
That's
are
what
we
he is. He's
executing
not
well?
a
And then we'll make some
between the
decisions
tackles
based on
guy.
that.
Calvin.
You traded for Wilson, who got benched in Cincinnati. And I don't know how much tape you were able to see of him before the trade, but what do your personnel people say about what they saw on tape?
Yeah, I watched some film on him. Like I said, the number one thing that jumps out, and again, things happen for different reasons. I know they drafted some linebackers, I know, and but again, I think when you watch the film of Logan, you talk about a guy that's got 4, I think, 100-plus tackle seasons, and we played him a couple years ago. And
I'm excited too.
What
In
jumped
PR
off the
Blue,
film was the
me too.
athleticism, one, the ability to dissect things. He's excellent in coverage, from both zone and man. But what I saw that really jumped off the film was how quick he was to dissect what was getting ready to happen, and then he shows up fast at the ball.
Bland played in one of his better games. Just why do you think that was last night?
The cornerback position's hard, and I think, he played amazing the week before. I think it's part of playing corner in this league, and, he's not a guy we worry about. I thought he had to tackle a bunch yesterday, and a number of those were, on isolations to him. But I don't have any concerns about Duran. But I will say that, was not his best game, and the type of pro he is, and all pro really, he'll bounce back.
Clarence.
You talked about guys, coming back, after. Where are Overshawn and Revel? Are they on track to play, not just, return?
Yeah, the thought is yes. Hopefully they have a great week this week in all of their rehab and things that they're doing and just their work. But that would be the plan. And hopefully we'll find out a lot more next Monday when we get them back in here. And but I would say yes. As of now, they're trending to play.
And the 2 safeties should be back as well.
Hopeful, yes.
The Russian coverage marriage, is there something missing there? It seemed like pass rush worked, but any third and long, it seemed like they were able to convert pretty easily.
Yeah. Again, I think, having looked at the film again this morning, there was definitely some, not coverage breakdowns. I thought that they threw and caught the ball pretty well. There was times that, we were getting hurt on third down and long where they did a good job with some of their pass protection, some of the pickups and stuff of our blitzes. We were a little bit late with a couple of our pressure packages. And so the quarterback, Jacoby, was able to hold the ball a little bit longer. But I would agree that third down we did not play very well, and that's a combination of both. Sometimes it was the pass rush, sometimes it was the coverage, and those are things that we need to tighten up. We mixed the coverage pretty good, I thought, but they seem to be a step ahead of us in most third down situations.
And then offensively, the last 2 games, is there, I don't know what the word, worry, concern? What do you, as you go into this week, there's more things that you need to look at offensively than you thought maybe 3 weeks ago?
No, again, I think I told you guys last night, we didn't play the game the way we wanted to play this one. We didn't go into this game saying, hey, we're going to play the whole fourth quarter in 11 personnel on the ball, 2 minute. That's not how we wanted to play this game. Like I said, last night we made the decision. We were down 27-10 with, I think, 2:30 to go in the third quarter. And I knew that we had to speed the pace of play up. And I think that's what led a little bit to Dak getting hit so much. And that's not how we want to play. But we're going to look at everything. We're not going to rest on the fact that we played great the first 6-7 weeks of the season, and the standard is a standard for us, and we got to get it figured out before Vegas.
You have something else, Nick?
Yeah, I know you guys value premium draft capital. Is there more an emphasis or more urgent in these next 2 drafts to be able to hit on these guys with limited picks now?
Yeah, I think we'll address that when we get to it. Our guys do a great job. The personnel guys do a great job, but the thing I'll say is, draft capital, which we have, you can move those picks around and create more draft capital. And so I think when you look at the initial trade with Micah and now you look at what we've been able to do with it, I think it shows you that, Jerry, Steve, and Will, I mean, those guys are going to use the picks that we've got, and to get a guy like Quinnen and get him in here and is great. But we're always going to be looking to continue to build the roster.
Alrighty.
Thanks, guys. You guys always distract me when you guys look over there.
All right, let's check out these player reactions real quick. I don't know if y'all heard the player reactions. Let's check out the player reactions to, and I think in particular, I think the player reactions seem to be to Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, everyone's. You know what I mean? It's week 9. I think the bye week is going to be a good opportunity to reset for everybody, get a little refreshed coming back in and lock in for this next 8 games.
So what can a guy like Quinnen Williams bring to his team and this defensive line?
I think it's just going to, add more playmaking ability to the D-line, like I was telling him, another bullet in the gun, like another very strong and talented guy. So I think we'll be able to use him.
How much do you know about his game?
Not like a ton, but I've seen his tape. I respect his game a lot. Like, dude's a baller. So I'm excited to have him on the team.
How much of an impact do you think he had with, the other guys on defense, with all the younger guys, like, the edge guys, Zaraku, you and all those guys as well?
I think it's good to just have another guy that knows how to do it, another dude that has a lot of experience to be able to talk and add to the room, I feel like we have a lot of veteran presence in the D-line room, and just having more of that and something that at a position that I believe is very integral to the defense, and having a lot of veterans on that and just to be able to lead the charge of the team is going to be awesome.
Has Coach Wycott talked about him at all?
No, we just kind of heard today, so, let us know that was what was happening, and,
What was your reaction?
I'm excited. Like, another guy that's going to help us win, another guy that's going to help us win.
Oh, so he takes a lot of double teams and has had success with them. Long question short, how does it help when a guy attracts so much double teams like he does potentially for you guys?
I think it's going to be good. Just being able to free up everyone else, more one-on-ones, and when you get a one-on-one, you got to win them.
Have you felt more double teams for yourself this year?
Definitely been getting double teamed a lot, but just got to be able to beat them.
How do you think it works with the three of y'all, with Kenny, you, and him now?
I think it adds a lot of strength to our group, including Solly. Solly's a dog as well, so having another guy like Quinnen is just gonna really strengthen up the inside of our defense.
You guys went to a 5-down look yesterday for a good part of the game. Do you think that's going to be more of what you guys do going forward?
Hope so.
Work well enough?
I hope so. I like it.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
Like he was saying, a lot of double teams are created when there's 4 down. So like when you have 5 of us in there, like kind of creates a lot more one-on-ones and a lot more opportunity.
This is one of the things they've been doing to Kenny Clark. People have been saying that Kenny Clark has been having a bad game, but what they've been doing is they've been doubling the defensive tackles. They've been doubling Oso Digizua, and they've been definitely doubling. They've definitely been doubling Kenny Clark. So, hey, this is a great move. Kudos to the Cowboys defense. Kudos to Eberflus and the coaching staff that decided to go to 5-down linemen, because now you create these one-on-one matchups, and Jadeveon Clowney's going to be hard to beat one-on-one for a lot of teams. He's going to be hard to block one-on-one, and Donovan Ezaraku is getting to the point that he's getting hard to block one-on-one too. So this five-man front they have, and now bringing in Quinnen. Cowboys should have did this weeks ago.
For guys up front to make plays, so having a guy like that come in and then potentially being able to use more 5-down stuff, that would be awesome.
Were you able to talk to Mozzie at all, where he ended up?
No, this happened all while we were in meetings, so I haven't even really got to look at my phone and see what was happening. Just kind of heard Coach talking up there, looked back to where Miles usually sits, empty space. I'm like, okay, so still processing all this,
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
talent like that, you're knocking on the door of returning. What do you think this defensive tackle room can do on the back half of the season to really improve?
Man, I feel like everything that we have in front of us is still in front of us. Like, we still have a lot of things that we're capable of and a lot of things that we could be great at for sure. And with Quinnen coming, I feel like the doors are just opening up. Floodgates going to open up for sure.
How much of it is it a benefit to have Wycott and that, there's already that familiarity just like you had and that Quinnen will have coming in?
Right. Oh, man, I feel like it's a huge blessing. You see Wycott bringing all his dogs in, man, all his guys that he's familiar with, and it's just allowing all of us to be comfortable. We've all been with each other before, so you're going to see right away that Quinn is able to come in right away and learn the plays right away, if not able to come in and play right away because the plays are really the same as he's running right now.
What was your reaction when you found out?
Oh, man, I was excited. Obviously, I was kind of down because of Mozzie Smith. He was one of the people that I was close with, just trying to get him going and just motivating him. And you could see, like, he wanted to be better. You could see the work that he was putting in. You could see the type of guy that he was trying to be. So I hope he does everything that he needs to do up in New York. But when I seen that we got Quinnen Williams, man, it just made me ecstatic because it just realized that it was blessed for me because not only am I able to be with Osa and Kenny, now we got Quinnen Williams to learn from. So that's a blessing.
How bad are you itching to get it?
Oh, man, I'm itching. I've been itching, though, so.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I feel good. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, how close do you think, after the bye? Yeah.
I'm close. I've been close, though, so it's just all up to them at this point.
Mm-hmm. So is this bye perfect timing for you personally?
Perfect timing. God's time is always the best, so.
Yeah, you guys went to more of a 5-down front this past game, obviously a little bit of a switch up from previous things.
Right.
From your perspective, what did you kind of see from that front, and I guess now you're getting Quinnen Williams, what could that kind of add to that kind of front?
Well, I can't tell you too much, but I like the front for sure. It definitely frees us up a lot. We've been getting a lot of duo. Teams wanting to lean on us in a run game, and just with the 5-down front, it's isolating us. So it's allowing us to get a lot of more single blocks. And you got Quinnen Williams, Osa, Solomon Thomas, whoever you put in there, they got to block them now one-on-one as opposed to double team. So it's working out a lot for us.
Quinnen's really.
Yeah, I like that. I like what they're doing.
Good against double teams though too, and he kind of is a magnet for it. I guess even with that in regard, what kind of impact in that kind of idea can Quinnen Williams have just for this overall defense?
I mean, we're gonna run a majority of defenses, so I feel like Quinnen gonna come in and do what he needs to do regardless of what defense we're in. If we're in 5-down front, 4-man front, 3-man front, if it's just Quinnen Williams by himself on the front, I feel like we're gonna be good. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm ready to get Perion Winfrey back. I think he's going to be a good addition, too. And then I just want to look real quick before we move to Logan Wilson and Logan Wilson and Quinnen. Y'all forgive me. Hold on a second. Quinnen Williams. Let's get this part right. Quinnen Williams, before we get to them, I want to look at a little bit of a collateral damage as it applies to the Dallas Cowboys. And, when you bring in players, problem is you got to start moving players. And not only do you have to start moving players, now we're seeing where the Cowboys are actually going to be stuck with players until the end of this season. And I wish they could have traded some of these players. I really do. Because I just think some of these players, you're going to lose them anyway at the end of the season. And I just wish the Cowboys could have moved all of them to a new environment, but it's just not going to happen. But the Cowboys got some collateral damage. They got some collateral damage, no doubt. Collateral damage. So I don't really know how to call it on this thing with the Cowboys. But there are some players that it is obvious that they are probably out on at this point in time. And one of these players that they are probably out on right now for whatever reason, I don't know what transpired. But the Cowboys seem to be out on Jalen Tolbert. The only thing I can think of is that one block he missed. He missed a block against the Washington Commanders. And ever since then, hadn't seen Jalen Tolbert. He had a great catch against the Green Bay Packers. Hadn't seen him. JCT Slice, what up, my man? He said, we got Big Q. Yes, sir. Ford's getting some help on defense. Hey, Jerry gonna get him a defense. Jerry's gonna get Dak a defense. I said this before. Man, Rome isn't built in a day. The Cowboys have pretty much built their offense. It still needs a little bit more tweaking, but they pretty much got it for the most part. They got it for the most part. Boy, y'all talking about Glenn was wearing church shoes out there, man. Boy, y'all got me. Juice, man. Boy, you ain't lying, boy. Church shoes. Say. Again, man, Tolbert. I don't know what happened to Tolbert. Tolbert is collateral damage now. Tolbert is basically, unless something happens, Tolbert is probably going to have to sit the bench for the majority of the season. I don't understand why the Cowboys got an issue too. Cowboys got Mingo. Cowboys still don't know what Mingo is. Ryan Flanoy is playing out of his mind. The Cowboys don't seem to still know when to use him. Then we got collateral damage. Luke Schoonmaker. I don't even understand why the Cowboys keep trying to play Schoonmaker. I would just go to Brevin Spanford. Brevin Spanford is my number 2 tight end, and I know Schoonmaker was like a second round pick. Man, I don't care what he was. Schoonmaker, like Mozzie, same draft, just is not working for this team. Cowboys, and kind of looking at this collateral damage, ways also Cowboys can fix this team, even on offense. Cowboys need to use Ryan Flanoy more. They really do. They really need to use Ryan Flanoy more. The Cowboys have also kind of painted themselves in a corner. Malik Davis is now on the outs. I don't like Jaden Blue being. I don't think the Cowboys should be trying to use Jaden Blue like Jalen Tolbert. I mean, not Jalen Tolbert, but like Tony Pollard. I just think they're two different types of running backs. They really do need to figure out something to go along with Javonte Williams. This combination right here, I'm sorry, this right here, man, the Cowboys got to figure this out. They got to figure this out, man. This Tyler Guyton, Terrence Steele, Nate Thomas, man, I just think we need better tackles, period. I mean, they're just going to have to come to the conclusion. They need better tackles, man. They need better tackles. The Cowboys also, when you think about defensively, the Cowboys have a room full of cornerbacks. I don't know what the heck they're going to do with all of them. I'm praying that Trayvon Diggs continues to get healthy and get back to 100%. And then if we see him on the field with the Cowboys, I hope he plays well. But if I was him, I would just get my body healthy and just get ready for this offseason and get ready to go to the next team you're going to. But the Cowboys got a lot of these players. I mean, what are they going to do with the linebacking room? The Cowboys got a ton of linebackers. What are they going to do with them? What in the heck are the Cowboys what are they going to do with all these linebackers, man? And the bad part about the Cowboys linebackers, they're not good. That's one of the biggest issues. They're not good. The Cowboys got a room full of these linebackers. What are they going to do with them? Linebackers and cornerbacks. Look at this. They have already, on the Cowboys depth chart, they've already moved Logan Wilson to the to the starting linebacker position. Yeah, he's starting. He is absolutely going to start. The Cowboys obviously aren't sold on Maurice Leafau. Jamarion Overshown and Logan Wilson are going to be the linebackers. Now, you still need the depth, but Damone Clark going to be lost in that mess. Jack Sanborn going to be lost in that mess. The cornerback room, it's kind of full of, it seems like Cowboys going to have a bunch of just defensive backs. Who knows what they're going to be doing with them. Kyer Elam, CJ Goodwin. I mean, what are you going to be doing with these guys? Cowboys got a lot of collateral damage just kind of based on some of the decisions that they've made. A lot of collateral damage. I guess some of it they'll keep for depth, and then some of it is just going to sit there because the Cowboys, I guess, couldn't move it at the trade deadline or whatever the case may be, but they are going to have a lot of collateral damage. A lot of collateral damage. All right, I'm going to try to get out of here right at 8 o'clock. We got about 17 minutes. So I want you to look at a couple of pieces that Matty Dubs has put together. I watched one. I haven't watched the other one. But Matty Dubs, y'all know we've used him before for some film breakdown. We're going to use Matty Dubs again. Matty Dubs had something to say about, if you hadn't seen my video already, he had something to say today about the Cowboys picking up Quinnen Williams. I didn't do a video on that, but he did a video on the Cowboys picking up Logan Wilson. Man, let me tell you something. I do not understand how this dude has all of this time to make all of these videos that he's made today on all of these players that have gotten traded. Man, I'm telling y'all too, I wish Cowboys could have got Micah Fitzpatrick today. Boy, Micah Fitzpatrick would have really set this thing off. If they could have got 3 players, man, that would have been absolutely incredible.
The Dallas Cowboys have just made a very intriguing trade of a linebacker in Logan Wilson. Now, very interesting because...
In case some of y'all have not seen Logan Wilson, these are some select plays for Logan Wilson.
They've got a lot of guys in Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn that I think is going to be out for a little bit. You also have guys like Shamar James and, Overshown, who's going to come back soon. So, very interesting pickup. Is Logan Wilson a good player? Yes, he is a good player. He will be a day one starter, at least in my opinion. He is great in run defense at times, got decent coverage skills. He's kind of a do-it-all type of linebacker, and I don't mind it at all. Again, I think they have a lot of depth right now, but maybe this guy comes in and is maybe the best player in this linebacker core right away. Now, right here, we're going to see basically the center get blown up, but he attacks the gap extremely quickly. Usually, when I look for, or when I'm looking at linebackers film, I look for the ability to read and react and then attack without overcommitting early. But Logan Wilson is very smart, very high IQ, plays off instincts, and he's got great instincts, right? I mean, we tackle him here for maybe a loss of 1. TJ Slayton also gets in there immediately after blowing up the center. But overall, I am pretty excited about this trade for the Cowboys. I do think that, I mean, we saw yesterday, this defense is absolutely terrible. I'm going to show you some stats from this season, and you guys are going to understand 100% why they made this trade. Now, before we dive into more film and analysis, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, man. Helps out the channel so much. And if we get over 700 likes on this video, also got a tight end here and a tight end here.
Let's check this play out right here. It's a very good play.
That is how personnel works. Now, they're going to get a little bit of like a stretch here off to this left side. You're going to see Logan Wilson come down. He's going to play the gap, but he's not going to overcommit early. We are trying to read, react, and then...
Something that Kenneth Murray Jr. does on a regular basis. Shamar James needs a whole lot of work. Maurice Leafau was a head knocker, but he doesn't seem to be at this point in his career to be a high IQ guy.
Then attack once the running back makes his decision. And watch this play. As he hands it off, he wants to get to the outside. Logan Wilson does a great job playing the gap, but look how he doesn't overcommit. The reason he doesn't overcommit, right, if he starts going downhill at a full speed, he might be able to break this thing to the outside. Maybe he still gets tackled, but we want to make sure we know exactly where he's going. We fill that gap, we force him back to our teammates, and a couple of guys end up making the tackle. He picks up maybe a yard, maybe. right? Again, this is why I think Logan Wilson can desperately help this team, because in the running game, he plays with instincts, he reads, he reacts, and he attacks before overcommitting. Overcommitting is what gets this Cowboys team in really bad position when guarding the run, because everyone's coming downhill, right? Imagine if Logan Wilson off the snap went here, this guy went here, right? And now, boom, you just get this one-on-one block and then gone, right? So again, being able to read and react before you attack into certain gaps is huge, and Logan Wilson has every bit of that in his game. Guys, really quickly, before we get any further into the video, do me a big favor. Like I said, hit the like button, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel to get to that backfield quickly. Boom, trip him up a little bit. Not the craziest play in the world, but it does have some good speed and closing speed to wrap up running backs in pursuit angles. Monday Night Football is going to be amazing tonight.
One of the things this guy does well is gap integrity. Gap integrity is really good.
Now, but we handed off. Look at him. He easily could have said, oh, these offensive linemen are all breaking out to the right. Let me overcommit downhill early. Doesn't do that at all, right? His eyes are on the backfield. His eyes are on the running back. Where are you going? Now he's got this second level offensive lineman trying to get to him. Watch what he does. Completely just makes him whiff. Still continuing to read. He easily could have just attacked this gap, and then boom, he's gone, right? Again, the ability to not overcommit early on gaps, and then closes up that next gap pretty early. They pick up 2 yards, 3 yards on that play. And again, man, that ability to read, react, and attack, I'm telling you, for the Dallas Cowboys, it is going to be crucial. Last play breakdown, Logan Wilson playing as your Mike linebacker once again, just on the inside. Actually, more on the strong side, because you got 2 linebackers, so he's more of your Sam linebacker here. And once again, they're just going to hand the ball off. He doesn't overcommit to a gap early, right? Doesn't hit that gap. He understands, okay, he's going to bounce this thing up the middle. So instead of engaging with an offensive lineman for no reason, kind of avoids it and makes a play.
Yeah, this dude can play.
I don't know about you guys, but I do think Logan Wilson, right? He is 29 years old. He's up there in age. I'm not actually too sure what they gave up for Logan Wilson at this point in time. You guys can let me know in the comments. I have not looked. But I do think he's a good enough player that I like this deal.
Yeah, he's good. I think he's a good pickup for the Cowboys. Logan Wilson is a good pickup for the Cowboys. He's a good pickup for the Cowboys. And let me tell you why he's going to help out the Cowboys. Let's see here. See, the key when you start thinking about Matt Eberflus's defense, the linebackers are very important in the Matt Eberflus defensive scheme. And this is one of the reasons why he has looked, and I'm going to use the word putrid. This is why he has looked putrid, because the Eberflus system, it says, is designed to stop the run. Look at this. And linebackers are vital to this effort. This is why his defenses look putrid. The scheme utilizes quicker defensive tackles who penetrate gaps, keeping the offensive line occupied and allowing the linebackers to remain clean and go make plays against the run. Now, let me tell you what teams have been doing to the Cowboys where they have thwarted the Cowboys. We already don't have the good linebackers. So what teams have done is that they have double-teamed Kenny Clark or either double-teamed Oso Digizua. And so in doing that, they're opening up these wide lanes, especially with our edges, they're being blocked outside. And so because of the lanes being created and then the linebackers play not being good enough, not instinctful enough, don't tackle well, not quick enough, the IQ is not high enough, this dude's defense is getting shredded. I don't like the defense that he runs. Chanel has pointed out it's that old Tampa 2. And because it literally requires, if you go back and look of when they were successful with it, I mean, not the Cowboys, but when you look at when some of the teams have used it, they've had absolute super studs all over the field to make it work. I mean, you got to have a lot of great players to make this work. And also zone coverage. The linebackers are essential in pass coverage with zone heavy scheme. We've been putrid. I'm just telling y'all, I'm not telling you the system is great. I'm telling you the players. Some of this is on the players. And Logan Wilson, he fits Matt Eberflus's scheme. He fits the scheme. And that's why now when he has Demarion Overshown back, and he's going to have Overshown, and then he's going to have Logan Wilson, I'm telling you, I'm not going to be surprised at how much better Matt Eberflus's defense looks. I'm just not going to be surprised. This dude's defense may come back looking totally different. Totally different. And he may come back and not even be the problem. He's going to look totally different. You watch what I tell you. He's going to look totally different. And not only is he going to look totally different because of that, you think about the ideal player. Instincts and speed. Linebackers need to be good instincts for reading plays, particularly in zone coverage, and the speed to close quickly in run support pursuit. He hasn't had it. Tackling ability, sound fundamentals, especially strong tackling, or a daily point of emphasis. I'm telling us. I'm not telling you the system don't stink or I don't like it, because I don't like bend, don't break systems. But I'm also telling you he hasn't had the players to make it work. He hasn't had the players to make it work. Jerry Jones when he got him players. Jerry Jones when he got this man players. And that's why I'm telling y'all this can swing either way. The Cowboys could very well keep Matt Eberflus if he turns this thing around. But if he does bad with Butler coming back, Savon Revel Jr., they went and got him Wilson, went and got him Quinnen Williams. Man, he's stinking up out there after that. Shh. Cowboys could be having a conversation with him. Absolutely.
So make sure you guys hit the like button.
But I can tell you this. The Cowboys go into a 5-man front. I don't know who idea that was. But that is a great idea, going to a 5-man front, especially when you think of all the, you think about Winfrey, Thomas, Osa, Kenny, now Quinnen Williams. Yeah, they got to, those
Dallas
guys,
Cowboys
those guys are going to need to play, because if I'm not mistaken, Quinnen Williams is a 3-tech, correct? So somebody would be on the bench. But with these 5-down linemen, they're all going to get more time to play. So that's going to be good. All right, let's check out a little bit of film on Quinnen Williams.
Have not only added a new linebacker in Logan Wilson, but have also added a brand new interior defensive lineman in Quinnen Williams. The fire sale of the Jets is continuing, and the Cowboys decided that they wanted a piece of it. Now, they trade Mozzie Smith and a couple of good picks for Quinnen Williams, and this is a guy that I think is going to be a tremendous addition to this defensive line, not only in terms of getting to the quarterback and creating pressure opportunities, but also stopping the run. We're going to look at some stats here in a second, but this is a play I love. Offensive line is kind of going to be in a slide to the right side. We're going to get a one-on-one with Quinnen Williams to the right side of the defensive line. He is going to explode through here and come away with the sack on Aaron Rodgers. Again, this is a guy you always want on the football field because of his ability to disrupt the line of scrimmage. Again, when you get a one-on-one with a tackle like this, he's too strong for tackles, too fast at times for guards, and is overall just a matchup nightmare for anybody. And what I really wanted to show you this, he's too strong for tackles.
And I want y'all to look at the gap integrity on this play. Look at the gap integrity on this play. So you can see here where the Pittsburgh Steelers have created this basically a gap in here.
Fast at times for guard.
But look at this linebacker. Unlike what we have going on, he immediately ran right to that spot just in case he came through there.
Just a matchup nightmare for anybody. And what I really wanted to show you here is, let's actually go to the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, not the Bengals. Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys. 10 times better than it was before the start of the season. And then you also have guys like Jadeveon Clowney and Marshawn Nealon and Sam Williams and Donovan Ezraku and Dante. I'm going to read the play, see the ball, go out to the running back. So now he explodes off to the right side, and watch this.
Woo! I almost took his head off.
Ball is loose. Now, I believe they do end up picking it back up, but such a good play by Quinnen Williams. Once again, we talk about his ability to just make a difference, and they got no yards on this play. His ability to disengage quickly, punch that ball loose. Again, they didn't have someone like this, and you get a second-level linebacker alongside with Overshawn that's going to come back soon. Logan Wilson, this defense does start to look a little bit better when they're completely healthy. And Quinnen Williams, although he's not the youngest guy in the world, he is definitely an upgrade to what they had. Talk about his ability to read, react, and attack. Look at this play here. He's going to be lined up on the defensive line. They're going to try to get this quick little smoke screen over to Jonnu Smith with blockers out in front. This dude reads it like a book, okay? Reads it like an absolute book. Look at this. Off the snap, he's going to see, oh, why is no one blocking me? Okay, well, they're throwing a quick little screen, so let me get out there quickly. And look at this. Swallows up Jonnu Smith in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards on the play. Again, he can help you with getting to the quarterback. He can help you in stopping the run. He can help you on quick screens because of his ability, his instincts to read and react off the QB snap. Again, I am very, very high on Quinnen Williams, and I do think he's going to be a tremendous asset for this defense. Another one, right? Buffalo Bills, one of the best teams in the AFC. Quinnen Williams demoralizes the guard, right? Look at the chase down. Negative 5-yard play there. Quinnen Williams all over the place on this defensive line. Sign me up. The Dallas, I mean, this is a combo block as well. Gets right through the combo block. Chase down is unreal. Sauce Gardner also got traded to the Colts. Man, I don't know what to say.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if y'all haven't noticed, shoot, Cowboys got him one in this dude. Cowboys got him one in this dude. Ooh-wee. Nisi, who you talking about? You talking about Oso Digizua? Man, if you don't take that ball down. Hey, I'm telling you, Cowboys got him one. They got him one. This dude right here, they got him one. Yeah, they got them one with Quinnen Williams. This dude is the real deal. This ain't no bargain player. This is a top flight defensive tackle. This dude is the real deal, y'all. He the real deal.
There's a lot of good things, and let's actually really quickly go over to this defensive line. I want to show you a little bit of the defense right now. So you add Quinnen Williams, you have Kenny Clark, you have Clowney, Donovan Ezraku, Dante Fowler, Sam Williams, Osa Digizua, who now is going to come off the bench, James Houston. This team is deadly. You add Logan Wilson alongside Kenneth Murray, and hopefully our guy Overshown could come back quickly. Shamar James has been a great 5th-round rookie so far. They've got guys. They need to get healthy. No Donovan Wilson, Marquise Bell, Elijah Clark. They've been in a tough spot in the secondary. Maybe they can go out and add teams that come out in 13 personnel. Okay, 13 personnel is wild. It comes basically, if you guys don't know personnel, 1 running back in the backfield, 3 tight ends. Right? They really are trying to load up the line of scrimmage. Actually, I think I made a mistake. I think it's 1, 2, 3. And again, Quinnen Williams on that strong side of the defensive or the offensive line. Look at him. Bulldoze right through. Get Bucky Irving for a 2-yard loss. You talk about this Cowboys team being 25th in yards allowed per carry, 29th in rushes allowed per game, 29th in rushing yards allowed per game, 25th better this season. I know it's been tight alone should make Cowboys fans job reading, reacting, and attacking quickly off the snap of the ball. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Give me a letter grade. I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a straight A. Not an A-, just straight
I'm telling y'all, Cowboys got him one, man. Cowboys got him one. They got him one with this dude. This dude is going to be a beast. Yeah, that was Logan Wilson. Yeah, Logan Wilson can play. Yeah, he can play. Don't let people fool you. He can play. And as a matter of fact, the reason why they wound up putting him on the bench is he had already expressed he wanted to be traded. So yeah, he's ready to go. Oh, the other black dude was Perion Winfrey. Yeah, I had to do a double take too. I hadn't seen him in so long. I had to do a double take trying to figure out who he was. But I'm telling you, hey, Cowboys got him one in this dude, Perion Winfrey. Cowboy fans, it is not over. It is not over. Cowboys got to win this game against the Raiders. And when they win this game against the Raiders, then they got to go beat Philly back at home. If they can get 2 in a row, get Kansas City on Thanksgiving, anything can happen. Anything can happen, guys. The road to the playoffs of the Cowboys, I believe, is them winning the division. I think it's the wild card is going to be tough for them. But winning the division, I think they can get it. Yeah, Angie, I'm way behind. I'm sorry, I'm way behind. I'm telling us. Cowboys got him one. Quinnen Wilson had to be the best trade of the day. Cowboys got him one. Yeah, because Logan was benched over a rookie linebacker in Cincinnati. Yeah, and I think I think Cincinnati, sometimes, man, you just be a victim of circumstance. You're an older player, team want to play a younger player, they're ready to move on. And there it is. But I tell you this, Big Rumbowski, shoot, he better than everything we got. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I just want Shotty to get that offense back up. Get that offense back to scoring 30 and 40 points a game. Get that offense back up, man. Let's get this thing back going. Stop trying to force the ball to CeeDee Lamb. Let's get this ball to George Pickens and then go back to CeeDee Lamb. Or get it to CeeDee Lamb and then go to George Pickens. But let's get this thing going. But the defense, man, Jerry ain't finna hear no more excuses. I'm telling this now, Jerry ain't finna hear no more excuses. And I'm telling you, man, whoever came up that 5-man front for the Cowboys, bravo. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Yeah. Rich Lord, what's going on? He said, I'm late, G. You were right with the linebacker. Nobody saw Williams coming to Dallas. Man, it had to be the trade of the day. Quinnen Williams had to be the trade of the day. And he's going to do great with the Cowboys. Katharina Kiss, I'm so happy for Mazzatti know what to do. Fresh start. Happy for him. Yeah, Bass. 5-man front is the move considering it puts all opposing teams' offensive linemen on islands. Exactly. And that means they can't double the tackles no more. Yeah. Rybowski said, sell Wills of Eves and he'd already run past Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Leon, I'm telling us the Cowboys are still in it. They are. They just got to just start winning. That's all they need to do is start winning and just let things fall into place. Control the controllables. Control what you can control and everything fall into place. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. I'm going to be back to my regular time. I'm going back to 4:30. I'll see y'all on the next one. Until the next time, TC4L, God bless. Welcome back, Angie. Till the next time, TC4L, God bless. Let's talk Cowboys. We talk facts. Peace.